Lights, and this is a reflection of Siberia. Best song on the album? Man, it's so hard to pick the best song. I think for live, in the past, years since Siberia came out, and since we've been playing a lot of the songs, Flux and Flow is one of my favorite ones to play live because it's got this massive range in dynamics and range in vocals, and it's got this heaviness, but there's this ambience in it as well. It's got a bit of everything that I like about performing a song in it. So that's in terms of live. Flux and Flow is my favorite, but And Counting might be the most heartfelt and quick to write because it was so there. Just wrote it. I would say the one that got stretched out the furthest on the record and changed the most and came from the deepest place is probably Heavy Rope. That song was written actually quite a while ago. In fact, it probably was the oldest one on Siberia, and I wrote it with Togs, and it kind of sat there, and it wasn't right, but I knew it was something special and something super honest. So we revisited later, and then revisited again later, and ended up doing a vocal in like one take. I'm just sitting like this back into a couch because that's how I felt. Just leaning back. The easiest video shoot was the most recent Timing Is Everything. It was the quickest for me. That was the only video I ever made that I didn't come up with the treatment. Like, I barely had to do anything. I showed up and worked out a little bit and learned a ballroom dance routine, which wasn't too bad. It was actually kind of fun. And the hardest was definitely Toes. I mean, Toes and Banner were both hard in their own ways. Banner was freezing cold. Like, it was in a desert, but it was like snowing in the morning when we got there. So it was absolutely freezing. The whole time I was a little uncomfortable. But Toes was an 18-hour video shoot just walking around Toronto, and the director had this amp hung around his neck, blasting the song like publicly. Everyone could hear it. We were walking by and people would be like, what's I doing? I'm just singing the song, walking down the street. So that was definitely the most emotionally taxing, exciting, risky, and exhausting. It's been a pretty incredible run, and you look back and think of all the places you've been. I mean, a lot of the festival shows were great this summer. Being able to play Siberia at festivals was really special. We did Bumbershoot in Seattle, and that was a massive crowd, and it was really a great one too, and we had such a good time. A bunch of the tour dates, I mean, watching the Toronto show last year to all the shows over here getting bigger. We've actually toured in the States more this year than ever. In the past year, like since the album came out to now, there's been 3 or 4 tours throughout the States. Some parts more than others, but we've been back to St. Louis area a few times, and Minneapolis, and a bunch of places coming back to because it's just taken us there, and it's been great. So it's hard to pinpoint a couple of moments, but there were definitely some special moments. This is Lights. You're watching Pup Fresh, and Pup Fresh is fresher than fresh underwear on tour.